So the purpose of this video is to teach you how to create multi-view drawings on a title block. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. So first thing is I'm going to open up the part that I want to make a 3-view drawing of. And that part is right here on the screen right now. So I'm going to go up to where I have the little piece of paper that looks like it's laying on its side right next to the letter I in the quick menu. I'm going to go to ANSI inch.idw, and on the left I'm going to see this menu. It looks like this. And one of the things it does is it has a little caret next to the word EN-US. I'm going to click that little plus sign, and then there's a folder here called English. I'm going to double click that, and I'll come down to the drawing title, and where it says ANSI inch.idw, I will tell it to create. Now, the drawing file that it will automatically create is a D as in dog size piece of paper. It's 24 inches by 34 inches, I believe. And frankly, it's too big. So I'm going to go in my menu tree where it says sheet number 1. I'm going to right click on that. And I'm going to select edit sheet. So again, I'll go in the tree, model tree, to sheet 1. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say edit sheet. Now, in edit sheet, you're going to see the word size, and it says D for dog. I'm going to click on the letter B as in boy. And I will say OK. And what you'll notice is that the title block is a different orientation. You'll see the text area down here is a little bit different also. Now, I'm going to click on the word base, and this is going to be what's called the base view. It's the first one that I put in. And on here, I'm going to change my scale from 1 to 1. I'm going to change it to 2 to 1. That might be a little too big. We'll find out. And I'll say, OK. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to put my cursor inside of the first view that's appeared here. And you're going to see these red dashed lines that are appearing around it. And if I left click, whoops, if I put my cursor on the mouse, sorry, the cursor on the red line and left click and pull it over to the left, you'll see this change. All right? Now, I'm going to look at this. Here's a couple of things about title blocks. One of them, we don't want this area right here to have our parts in it. So that zone's a no-go zone. We're going to put a right-hand view over here and an isometric up here and a top view over here in a second. But this is too big at a scale of 2 to 1. So I'm just going to double click on that. And that brings back up this dialog box. And where it says scale, I can now change my scale to 1 to 1. And I also want to turn, no, that's okay. I just want this one that says hidden line turned on. Then I'll say OK. So I'm all set to go here. I don't have anything down in this no-go zone. And I am going to select the word base. Oops, not base. Apologize. That was a mistake. I'm going to select the word projected. And it tells me in the lower left corner down here that I need to select a view. And that is what this view is right here. So I'm going to left click on that. And I'm going to drag my cursor out to the right. And what you'll notice is that I am putting a right-hand view on this part. I'm going to left click and place that view. Then I'm going to go up and above my front view. And I'm going to left click again. And that little green outline means that I have a view there. And then in the upper right-hand corner, I'm going to put an isometric view. And I'll left click that. Now, the views aren't here yet. They're not visible. And here's the big secret. I'm going to right click on the screen someplace, and then I'm going to select create. And that makes my views. Now, I've got a couple things we need to do. First of all, we need to go down here into our title block, and we'll look at this like this. You're going to see the word drawn on here, and it automatically put my name in. It also put in today's date. To the right of that is another couple of things. This area down here, drawing number, this is going to appear when we complete the drawing. At least it should anyways. And then up here in this box above title, we're going to click on the ribbon the word annotate, and we're going to go to the text box. Now I'm going to come out into my screen, and I'm just inside the boundaries of the big rectangle, and I'm going to click and drag to the right and release. And now I have this format text box here, and I'm going to put in my name. So I'm going to put in, and this is always going to be done in caps, by the way, Mr. Space Seward. Okay? Everything engineers type is always in uppercase. I'm going to center justify this. That means my name is going to be in the middle of that red box I created. I'm going to change the height to 0.24 so that it's more prevalent. And I'm going to change my justification for inside of the box to bottom. And I'll say, okay. All right, so now you can see that my text did not center up for some reason. I don't know why. But you know what? I'll just double click on it. Okay. And I'll go back to this, and I'll hit middle justify. And there it is. I don't particularly like where that's placed, so I want to edit the text. I'll just double click on it. And by the way, you can do that to change the text also. I'll put it in the middle here so it's kind of floating. There we go. All right. So good. Let's do this. I'm going to hit save because I want to make sure that I save this part, and I'm going to save this with a name. There's everything you do is going to have a file name, and this already has page 4-problem1, which is exactly what this is. So I'm going to click on save. And when I do that, here it is appearing down here. Okay. I'll double click to zoom out. And I'll click on the save button again just to make sure that I don't lose this. So what you need to do is follow the instructions that are on the Google Classroom for what and how many of these parts you're supposed to turn into multi-view drawings.